Hey everybody, just wanted to make a quick video today on how you can fix your vent furnace register cover to fit in your ceiling nice and flush and not have gaps. Now, my house here, I had the drywall done in the basement when I was finishing it, and when they did the drywall for me, the gaps, or the vent holes, I guess you would say, weren't exactly perfectly even, so I had a bit of trouble getting them to fit flush. It was pretty frustrating. I never actually found a good tutorial, but I have a very good way to make these sit into your drywall and potentially, don't quote me, plaster ceiling so that it will work. So a few things you're going to need for this. All we're going to need is a drill bit. We're going to need some drywall screws, which you can find at any hardware store. I have two sizes. I have a longer one here, and then I have one that's about an inch, and then another one that's an inch and a half. And then we're going to need, obviously, our cover, and we're going to need a countersink bit that looks like this. Again, you can get this at any hardware store, machine shop, and obviously a drill. A drill and a Phillips star screwdriver. So what we're going to do for this, very simple. We're going to take our cover. You can see mine is already done. So what I like to do with these is when you flip it around, you will see kind of a like an indent here, almost like a casting line. I'd like to drill from this side. We'll see we put 4 holes. Now for the size of the drill bit, doesn't really matter. You just want to have one that the drywall screw will clear the hole, just like that. So it doesn't really matter the size. Give yourself a little bit of room to work, but we're going to want to drill 4 holes, 2 there, and you can actually drill this here as a hole, which you'll see on the cover, I'll show you in a second, was there, I think, to put. But the thing with this is that when it mounts, this square piece goes and your drywall is going to sit right into there. So when you look, you don't have a lot of room to work. You only got about a 1/4 inch of room for that to grab, which from my experience did nothing. So what I like to do is drill 4 holes here, 2, and then 2 around the other side, just with your drill bit. Now we're going to flip this around, and you can see it's already done. But here we're going to do, just take your drill, and you're just going to touch these with the countersink bit. And what that does is that when you put your drywall screw in here, instead of it sticking up, it's going to fit nice and flush in there. And we can even paint these white after. So I'm going to stop the video. I'm going to go and show you ones that I have mounted on my wall. And you can tell me what you think. So here's my vent cover that I've mounted to the drywall ceiling. Now you can see I have these other holes when I did this originally because I didn't want to do the 4 in the corners, but that's the best way to do it. You'll see it's pretty much perfectly flush. I mean, the drywall, you're never going to get perfect, but it's pretty good. Like, I'm right up against it and you can barely see the gap. You can see a little bit of discoloration. That's because I painted. But anyway, that's that on there. You can see it's mounted nicely. When we put this in, we're going to use our screwdriver, just obviously into the screw, and you're going to just pop it in a little bit and then twist. Be careful not to over tighten these. If you over tighten the drywall screws, you will kind of strip the drywall and then it's not going to hold. So just put the screw in there, turn until it's snug. You can see I can turn it. I can still turn it more, but like I say, don't over tighten it because then you're going to strip and it's going to hang out. So just snug those in there. If you did it right, they'll fit nice and flush. And you can even get a bit of white enamel paint, or even if you have white ceiling paint, it's not like it's a high wear surface. They're just going to be screws. So I just like to give these a little bit of paint. In my other room, I've painted over it and you can't even notice it. It looks great. So hopes this helps somebody. Like I say, I had issues with these and I had no resolution to find any sort of fix, but this works good. And I definitely recommend this way to do it.